Welcome in. Welcome in. We are about to talk the brilliance of Kai Cenat. Welcome in. I am going to share this introduction for you. I will also repeat the introduction, so feel free to share out the live. Share out the live. I will also get everyone caught back up once we go into the second section of it. Then I'll get everyone that missed out. I'll get them caught up. So have no worries. In any part that is missed, they will be able to. I will come back and share what they missed. So share the live out. Share the live, if you will. Share the discussion, and I think this is going to be a good one. I have followed this one for a minute, and I decided to break down his whole story and just I've heard off and on, like some people know a little bit of this and some people have a little bit of his story and they know, maybe I've seen Kai Cenat on this, young people, on the streaming, and then some of the adults are like, wait a minute, he's a little bit of everywhere. And we definitely had a moment yesterday when Kai Cenat was talking to Wayne Brady, and he is so popular with the young people. Yesterday, they said Kai Cenat was talking to that guy with the bald head. So I thought, oh, wait a minute. When did we get to this time in this place that Kai Cenat is who they know and they have no idea who Wayne Brady is, right? I should have made this whole thing about Wayne Brady. No, Wayne Brady has definitely had his moment. But today what I want to talk about is this. What does it take to be the biggest streamer on the planet, to become the number one streamer on the planet? I have seen him do numerous interviews and different talks. I watched him do the conversation with Snoop Dogg, and I've seen him do the overnight stay, where they did that whole Thanksgiving thing. I don't tap into the whole night. I can't hang out with the young people the entire time, but I did tap into different people that I saw, maybe from more about, more ones that I've been fans with over the years. I did see him tap into and talking to different people like that, and that's how I end up getting a little bit more of the Kai Cenat on the radar kind of thing. But the Kai Cenat Effect, we have to talk about that. So I decided to cover it tonight on the podcast. Welcoming in TikTok, welcome in. If you will share tonight, if you will share the podcast out, I will do the same over there on the TikTok story. And also, if you will follow the podcast, if you are over on different apps, if you'll follow the podcast, the link to the podcast are in my bios wherever you're listening, and tune into wherever you listen to podcasts. Just type in what Dee says the podcast. Okay, so what does it take to be the biggest streamer on the planet? We're talking about Kai Cenat, okay? His rise from being a college dropout, but not just being a college dropout. There is a story of Kai Cenat sharing when his mother, they were in a homeless shelter. Was it Atlanta that they were in? They were in a homeless shelter, and they kind of had that whole thing going on. And that's kind of being slid under the rug a little bit when you do a lot of the research on his story. But that's very much a part of something that he has shared. And people ask him all the time in different interviews, like, how do you do it? And he says that he stays on it. He's thinking of topics when he's not on. He's always thinking of, what am I going to do next? What's the next thing that I'm going to do? He is working at all times, every part, every space, whether he is in his home, in his vehicles, everywhere. He is always in brainstorming mode. And that constant go, that is definitely a huge secret behind the greatness that has become Kai Cenat, which is a brand within itself, right? So he came from, like I said, there's a story of him being homeless and them being in the shelter and him being really, really motivated, making his own little videos and having his dream, right? But he was a college dropout. He went to Twitch Dominance and the groundbreaking that you now have heard probably everywhere about, Streamer University. So as a content creator, as an aspiring content creator, if you are not researching any parts of Kai Cenat and his story, you're probably failing, especially when it comes to content creating in 2025. If you are not paying attention and you are dismissing him and you are thinking that this is not important and I cannot learn anything from this kid, I am 51 years old telling you that the things that I have been able to learn from the way that his strategy and the way that he moves, you can find a way to implement something that he does in what you do. It may not be with that same energy, and you definitely are probably not going to be around in your 40s and 50s on these content creator streets and playing pranks on someone, but you will be able to take whatever it is that you are trying to do and you can learn something from it. So that's why I thought if we're going to talk about anybody in these content creative streets, we need to talk about the Kai Cenat Effect for sure, right? So I'm going to do like what they would call a little mini masterclass on his branding, his innovation, and just the way that he's been able to take over the digital empire, okay? So this is not, in any kind of way like a judgment of what it is that he do. Hopefully you will be able to be inspired, and if you know someone that is trying to grow what they're doing over on Twitch especially, but anything in this whole content creating spaces, then you need to share this out with them, or at least maintain a way of paying attention and kind of getting into a quiet spot so you can really pay attention and take down some notes to share this back with them as to what I've been able to pull up about how he reached this level of greatness, right? All right, so let's get into it, right? So Kai grew up in New York City, and he grew up with this passion for comedy and entertainment that definitely shows in his demeanor and his way of delivery and the way that you see him interacting with so many people. That passion for comedy and entertainment is on a constant on. It's never turned off, right? He started posting little short form skits and pranks, and he started doing those pranks on YouTube, which ended up gaining his early traction. He dropped out of sunny Morrisville. He decided to choose streaming over doing a traditional career path. He took a big leap of faith and said, I think that this is something that I can not only do, I can make money from it. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen him do a purchase and post about a purchase that he did recently, and I said, yeah, he has definitely arrived, even though I felt like he arrived way before that, right? So he pivoted over to Twitch. He's began to combine gaming and humor and the viral interactions and standing out. Do you remember that one that he did where he had Kevin Hart and Drewski and like all kinds of different people, and they were all hanging out. I think it was for Thanksgiving. I can't remember what big holiday it was, because I remember being upset. Like, why are those grown men hanging out with Kai Cenat when they need to go hang out with their families? And then I realized it's a branding thing for sure. So he started taking risk early. Okay, so can you imagine taking a risk at this age and saying, you know what, I'm throwing everything into this one thing, and I think that if I put my all into this and I begin to dominate this space, when I dominate this space, I am going to become what you all now know as Kai Cenat, right? So he became Twitch's most subscribed to streamer. You guys, he hit 17.3 million followers on Twitch. He has also built what we love to call a loyal audience. He has very high energy content, so you cannot come in that space and be all kind of laid back and everything, because you're going to definitely unalive the vibe over on Kai Cenat World, right? So he has this high energy content. Celebrity appearances are happening on a constant on his streaming. And he does a lot of viral trends. He knows how to kind of get things kicking to where everybody's going to go and do something or, pull off something. I saw one of his streaming where he he purchased one of the robots. I don't know if it was Elon's or one of his own. And he purchased one of the robots, and he was trying to get the robot to do, kind of all the things that he need, get him a drink and sit down in a chair and all kind of stuff. And it was definitely entertaining and had me there a little too long, especially for my age group. But he's really like a branding genius, okay? This is what I love about Kai Cenat. He recently launched Streamer University, okay? Streamer University belongs to Kai Cenat. And when I tell you it belongs to Kai Cenat, it belongs to Kai Cenat. He has turned down deals that have been requested from him from Netflix to Amazon Prime and Tubi. They have all been trying to come and get at him about Streamer University. And he's saying, no, this is my brand. This is my thing. I like what I'm doing. I'm keeping it here. He launched a Streamer University, not just at the University of Akron. He actually owns the term Streamer University. So you will not even be able to create your own Streamer University. You'll be able to call it something else, but Streamer University is something that he owns the naming of also. Very brilliant decision to do that, right? Because I'm sure it's going to be copied, right? He also, at the University of Akron, at Streamer University, he mentors 150 of selected creators. And I'm pretty sure the criteria to be in this university is you have to really want it. You definitely have to, someone said a plant. Goodness gracious, you guys can't stay out of them boule streets. Okay, so Illuminati, y'all go so far. Okay, so anyway, I'm sure he's heard it all. So he launched Streamer University, like I said, at the University of Akron. He's mentoring 150 selected creators there, okay? He has, again, turned down deals that have been requested from the top. Now, these are not necessarily the top because everybody thinks that Netflix and Amazon Prime and Tubi, everyone always, because you see them all the time. But Netflix and Amazon and Prime, they advertise more than the others. But YouTube is like the Chinese food of restaurants, right? You know how Chinese food restaurants, maybe Panda Express, but no other restaurants, Chinese food doesn't advertise. You ever notice that? Like we know that's there. You go to any city, you get to the hotel, you can order Chinese, right? Like they never have to advertise. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Tubi, they're always advertising, right? Well, the number one streaming app, you hardly ever see them advertising. The number one streaming app is actually YouTube. Go look up the numbers. You'll find when you go research some of the actual financial kind of hits on who watches what. Everyone goes to YouTube for the majority of their streaming now. YouTube has movies and TVs and content creators and DIY and all these other things that you can get all in one on YouTube. So buying that package will give you the latest TV shows. You can click on, I think I watched like a couple episodes of a current streaming show recently. You can download, whatever it is that you're watching so that you can watch it later when you're on a flight, in airplane mode. So it's just a lot that can come from YouTube. So I think that's why they're dominating when it comes to the streamer apps, right? So anyway, but he turned down Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Tubi. Streamer University is teaching content creation, it's teaching branding and digital storytelling. There was a time when people thought, oh, there's no need for that, right? And they said, oh, no one's going to really have a need for that. This is a trend, and thing is going to go away, and people won't be doing this for long. That is not what happened with Kai Cenat and content creating. Content creating is here to stay. He saw it. He saw a need for it. He also saw that he has something that a lot of other content creators do not have. So he ran with it, and he decided, yep, I'm going for it, and I am going to try to give it my all. And I'm going to see what happens in these content creator streets. And he has risen to the highest levels that you could think of, and especially in entertainment, right? Kai is doing what they are calling shaping the next generation of influencers and entrepreneurs. So it's one thing to say, okay, I'm going to teach people, when it comes to entrepreneurship. He's also, to influencing, he's also creating entrepreneurs that can take everything that they learn over into the business spaces and do something amazing with it, right? So I don't know how you guys feel. You can let me know. Do you feel that creator ownership and digital content creating, that it has a space, and do you think it resonates in any type of way with something that people need to learn on a long-term basis? Just let me know, But again, like I said, he is the most subscribed to streamer on Twitch. He has 17.3 million probably and growing followers. His streams basically feature viral pranks, celebrity guests, high energy entertainment. He has this dominant force in the streaming world. He's known for constantly breaking records, including hosting massively viewed live events. People are going to show up and turn up in the Kai Cenat chat when he is live. So that is something that he has been able to do brilliantly, right? He personally selected the 150 creators that go to the Streamer University that he launched at the University of Akron. That is definitely going to grow. If it was not going to grow, then he wouldn't not have recently had to turn down offers from Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Tubi. Okay, so he's going somewhere really big with that, right? I wanted to say one other thing. Oh, he's just not just a streamer, in my opinion. I think that Kai Cenat is a movement. I think that he is, in my opinion, he's redefining content creation, and he's really like proven that this digital thing is here to stay. It's going somewhere. It is the future. He knows how to work really well with things that are like, when the robot thing came, you saw him add the robot to, to his silly little way of delivery or whatever. Maybe silly. It maybe not silly to all the ones that love him, but, for us older people, like it. But the way that he delivered it, and it was all wild and crazy, kicking the robot and had him doing all his chores and stuff. But that was innovation coming into this content creating space, and then it opens the door for the creators of that robot just by him having that robot on the show and advertising it, right? And his story is just a reminder, you really don't have to ask. Who asked you? Kai Cenat did not. Like, he really just went out there and said, I'm going to build an empire, and it is going to be huge. And this is what I know that I'm capable of. And I'm going to do it at the highest energy possible. And if you doubt me, get off the train, because you're not going to go anywhere with it. You have to come with me and believe in me. And if you believe in me and stick with me, I got something for you. I'm going to tell you that something in just a minute. So I think my mod was supposed to come in. If my mod's in here, let me know. What you need to do something like this, the Kai Cenat Effect, you have to have a vision. Write the vision down and trust that it is going to do all that God created it to do, right? So you need a vision, and you have to have execution. You have to have the ability to follow through. You have to be able to take the bumps in the road. We've seen the bumps in the road. We've seen the horrific, mean things that are said about him, and he rises above it every time to continue reigning on the Kai Cenat empire, right? So I feel that what he's doing is brilliant. I feel that there is a lot to learn from what he has been able to put together, and the energy that he put behind doing it. So it's up to you whether or not you feel as adults like, I don't know if I want to tap into some kid doing some kind of crazy pranks. I think you'll get a lot more from it if you kind of do your own research and kind of follow where it is that he went to, where he came from, right? Here's something that I just saw when I went, recently to his X page, right? Kai Cenat had a set of, let me see, 1, 2, 3. He had 9 keys on a little plaque. And I, researched like, okay, what, let me find out what this means. What this just said keys. And it was 1 key, and it had each one of his friends, longtime friends that everyone's seen on his platform. And he had all these different friends. And he had 1 key by each one of their names, and it was on a plaque. And the post said, I just bought a house for each one of my friends. So his friends believed in him. They stood by him. They supported his vision when it was small, with little, 2 and 3 people tuned in. They had no idea that it would get to 17 plus million followers supporting his platform. And they believed in him, and they stood by him. And he says that he writes those scripts himself. Like, he sits all day content creating, thinking, I should do this. Maybe I'll do this prank. Maybe I'll do this. He comes up with different ways to do things all the time. And as he's brainstorming, he executes, and then he follows through. And that ability to do that has created what is definitely going down in history. It is definitely going to be a huge part of 2025 American history, probably last year and before, but like really, especially with the Streamer University, Kai Cenat is it. Kai Cenat is something that if you're really serious about entrepreneurship, if you're serious about content creating, becoming a business and taking it to the next level, this kid has done something that we have not seen happen in a long time. So I am impressed by him, and especially with him being so extremely young, right? So I feel that Kai Cenat is something that you can, because I see so many adults, I can't learn anything from that kid. You can. Don't dismiss him as just being a kid. You can learn something from Kai Cenat. So that, I just want you guys to, because I just don't hear people talking about him enough, and I didn't see anybody. It took me a long time to piece together his entire story. I had to watch like all these different videos, and which was kind of hilarious. I ended up watching one of his videos where he sat in the back seat with Snoop Dogg, and they decided to see how long they could go about doing whatever it is that they do, in that world, right? And that was, the delivery of that was hilarious. But he's just had like all these different things that he's been able to put together. That little prank and hanging out, and the thing he did with Kevin Hart, just like all these different guests that he brings onto the show. And the celebrities brilliantly understand the importance of being some part of Kai Cenat's brand. I don't think that it was random that he had his moment with Wayne Brady at the AMAs. Like, I think he very well understood, Wayne Brady's team very well understood why it was important for Kai Cenat to cross paths with him. And there was a moment at one of the award shows outside where he runs up on Kanye. But I don't think that these are random moments. I think that they're all very planned, brilliant branding. And his team knows what they're doing to support the dreams that he puts out. And the celebrities understand the importance of their brand growing and not getting lost under the Kai Cenat effect, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this. I will clip this and I will put this on the timeline for you to share out and continue to share out. But it was important for us to just talk for a second about the brilliance that is the Kai Cenat effect, because I feel like it's not being talked about enough. And congratulations to him on Streamer University. And not just on Streamer University, on making sure that you branded that for yourself and made it yours where no one else can use. It's like Buc-ee's now, baby. Streamer University is the Buc-ee's of content creating. You will not be able to use it, and they will be coming for you if you do. So congratulations to Kai Cenat on that. All right. Thank you guys for stopping by. Please tap, and follow the host, follow the host. Thank you so much for that. If you will, you have a couple of seconds to give me your daily heartbeat. Know that I highly appreciate when you do. Thank you for those tabs. I highly appreciate that. Lady T, thank you for stopping by. If you missed any of it, let me know. For you, I'll always come back and recap for you. And I will also make sure that I do a clip of this and put it up for you guys on the timeline. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for returning for the topics each and every time. I will see you guys tomorrow as we talk about Wednesday and some of the afternoon antics at the Diddy trial. We will be covering that at noon tomorrow. So make sure you are following the host and make sure that you come back, because we are about to have a lot of fun. And I just posted up a video because sometimes people say, we never see you. So I posted up a video today. So please do. I have a comment. I have a rebuttal about Suge Knight. So make sure you click on today's video. And I appreciate you guys so much. I'm here for you whenever you need me to cover a topic. So if I haven't covered and talked something, make sure you hit me up in those DMs. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.